Huh. Guest alert. One more, eh? Good evening. I've been waiting for your invitation for a long time. It is true, your so-called divination. To what extent are you able to see the future? Able to manipulate fate itself? More importantly, how are you doing it? There's a theory that you've been using a certain cause and effect algorithm to predict an occurrence based on known patterns. That also means you'd have access to a bank of data to compile such patterns. There's also another theory which I find ridiculous and interesting at the same time. They say you truly are divine. A prophet. Maybe you're just a tool, a puppet bound to a string. Maybe only to observe various possibilities to fulfill the will of whomever controls the string. No, you aren't a robot. We don't yet have the capability to make something like you. So the one who's controlling the sand, you must be human, right? You won't reveal the truth behind your divination, will you? Indeed, it doesn't matter. I didn't come here for research. I came for your divination. And please answer this. Will my daughter ever wake up again? What happened? 5 years ago, a car that my wife and daughter were in was hacked, causing it to crash. Perpetrators then came and attacked them. Fortunately, the authorities stopped them before they harmed my wife and daughter even more. Her wounds are mostly healed by now. But for the last 4 years, my daughter has been in stasis. What do you mean by stasis? My daughter, she's a robot. She's in a condition that is not unlike a coma. It affects her artificial brain. Yet we haven't found a way to reboot her consciousness. At least without the risk of wiping out her memories or making her whole system go haywire. What about your wife? She suffered some severe injuries, but she recovered. Physical wound, at least. She's still traumatized by the incident and couldn't overcome the guilt for what happened to our daughter. That day, they were just going for a picnic. Why were they attacked? I'm not sure. Probably because of my work on robotic science, or even personally on my daughter. Authorities weren't able to trace them, let alone arrest them. Lost my hope of bringing them to justice since. Right now, I'm more focused on doing something to help my daughter. Alright, start divination. Did you take the runes right? Okay, wake up, fire, hands. No. How about fire, eyeball, hands? No. Fire, hands, eyeball. No. There we go. Definitely wake up again. Your daughter will wake up someday. Oh, I didn't expect such an answer. I had relief, but how can you be so sure? There are a lot of things to bring her back. Run countless diagnostics, methods, theorems, calculations. Hey, I haven't tried everything. Maybe there are more ways to wake her up. I know what to do now. Just like you said, my daughter will wake up someday. As a parent, let me tell you about my dream last night. It is quite unpleasant. It was late at night. I was working on my computer with my daughter clinging onto me. Then suddenly my computer display flickered. Strange voices echoed across the room. My daughter behind me, she kept stuttering these words repeatedly. Life was pointless. And then I woke up. Have you ever heard of Last Wisdom? After Mother died, there were many people who were inspired by her death and her message. For them, she was more than a sentient supercomputer. She was revered as a perfect being. After all, Mother was not just a search engine AI. She was created to be the one who answered human questions. Hence they called themselves the Last Wisdom. Followers of the Last Wisdom continued to grow and began to surface. Just like what's happened in the last few months with all the suicides. I find it scary, but at the same time I understand what they mean. Alright, I have to leave now. I've got work to do. Thank you, Diviner.